There is some breaking news tonight in a mystery that we've been following for a month now. The disappearance of Suzanne Simpson, a real estate agent, a wife, and a mother of 4 in Texas. She's no longer a missing persons case. It's a murder case. Suzanne's husband, Brad Simpson, came under suspicion right away since the last time Suzanne was seen. She and Brad were fighting physically outside their house. A neighbor saw that happen and then heard screams from the woods nearby and saw Brad speed away in his truck. Days later, Brad Simpson was jailed on minor charges stemming from the fight, and then he was hit with a federal gun charge. But now, tonight, he is officially a murder suspect. The chief of police in Olmos Park, Texas, made the announcement.
Yesterday, the Olmos Park Police Department, along with the Texas Rangers, have charged Brad Chandler Simpson with murder in the death of his wife, Suzanne Clark Simpson. We realize that this doesn't bring closure to Suzanne's family, but we hope it will allow them to enter the next phase of their grieving process with more clarity. This thorough and tireless investigation has been conducted in efforts to find justice for Suzanne and her family.
Still a few things missing, though, as far as we know. A body for one and a murder weapon for another. Sig Christensen has been all over this story as investigative reporter for the San Antonio Express News, and he's back with me on the program. Sig, thanks for joining me again. So, you know, today we were hoping for an update. Today we were hoping they'd say they'd found Suzanne, but they didn't say that. Do they say anything about where she might be?
No, the police, as usual, have not been very helpful. They've been that way from the beginning. We don't really have a clue. Last night, I ran out to a location that somebody tipped me to, saying that there was a body there, or suggesting that. It wasn't true. We get those, unfortunately, all the time. So we don't know anything. It's a weird situation. They've charged this guy with murder, but as far as everyone knows, no one has a body.
Have they said anything about evidence that led them to the murder charge?
Not only have they not said anything, the murder charge details are sealed for 30 days. So we won't get anything from them until about 2 months after Brad Simpson was jailed. His month anniversary is tomorrow. So I guess after Thanksgiving, a couple of weeks after that, maybe we'll have some information. But given the way this has been going, we may not have a body even then.
I hope that's not true. I hope so for the family. Speaking of family, this is one family dynamic I did not expect. At that press conference today, Brad Simpson's brother took to the microphone. And well, let me play it for the audience, because they might be a little bit surprised to hear the person who's charged with murder, his brother, is the one speaking and saying this. Take a look.
The situation is heartbreaking for us, but it brings some peace to our family, knowing that the authorities have gathered enough evidence to move forward with charges. It is our sincere hope and prayer that Brad will find the compassion and courage to end his family's suffering by cooperating with the authorities to help us find his wife.
You know, Sig, at first, I think a lot of people thought that was Suzanne's brother, but this is Brad's brother, the man they've arrested, begging him to give up information and saying that the arrest brings peace to our family. Not only that, Sig, but their 20-year-old daughter, Chandler, took to her Instagram post and said, "My father took my mother's life in a state of rage and control. My mother tried to leave my father and lost her life." Does Brad Simpson have anyone supporting him now that he's behind bars on a murder charge?
No one. That's an interesting thing to talk about. It's almost as if he was not a particularly well-liked person in that family to begin with. I don't know why that is, but, you know, he didn't have many friends either. Val Cotter is about the one friend he had, and Val Cotter, the police have said, is pretty much willing to do anything for him. That was the argument that they had today at the bond hearing, when his bond, Val Cotter's bond, was reduced Val Cotter's bond was reduced to $100,000, and he made bail. But outside of Val Cotter, there's nobody who seems to be that friendly with Brad Simpson, and so you wonder, was Brad Simpson known to have been violent or threatening with his wife in the past? The thing I'm pretty sure of is that if somebody beats somebody at some point, it's not the first time. So that's been a point of discussion among, I'm sure, a whole bunch of people. But again, we don't know. The police aren't talking. They have been extremely tight-lipped. And of course, after a month of this, we still are no closer to finding Suzanne Simpson than we were the day she vanished.
That's the hard part.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.